So in the last lecture, we added some functionality to our main activity. But if you notice, like main activity is right now the default screen that gets displayed to the user. But in reality, that should not be the case. User should land on a login screen when uh, when he launches the application for the first time. So in this lecture, we are going to add navigation capability between our activities. Okay, so let's start off with the Android manifest file, and uh, we will make the login activity to be the default launch screen. So to do that, we just copy this intent filter, and in for login activity we paste the intent filter inside this and remove it from the main activity. Okay. Next up, we also don't want uh, in the main activity we show this title bar, but we would normally do not want this to be present in all our screens. Only some screens would need this. So in order to remove that, uh, we add this theme to our other activities where we don't need this action bar. Okay, so main activity has it, but still it has this main action bar because we have in our code we have separately added this toolbar over here. So that's why we get this, but in other activities, since we don't have this, so it won't be displayed. Okay. um, One more thing that I would do is to restrict the orientation of all my activities to only portrait mode. So you can choose to work with or support both the screen orientation modes, portrait as well as landscape. But for the purpose of this course, we are going to restrict ourselves to only the portrait mode. So now it complains about this screen orientation being restricted. So we can choose to ignore it, and to do that we get more action and suppress this. So this we can add to all the three activities like this, and the complaint goes. Okay. Next up, uh, for any activity to be called from other activity, we need to create a new intent. So each activity should provide its intent to get started. So let's start with main activity and add public static intent, and let's see, Android.content, and let's call it this method new intent. It will take context as the input parameter and return a new instance of intent with context as this one. So context is not imported. Press Ctrl plus space and it shows. So we import it. So context and main activity dot class. So basically which class you want to get an intent for. Okay. Next we can copy paste the same code in rest of the two activities which we have. So here it's asking for import, so okay, so instead of main we will have login activity here, and similarly in sign up we paste the method import instead of main activity we type sign up activity. Okay, let's close out some of the files. Now coming to the so we have already made login activity as our default launcher, so we add a button to it so that we can move to some other activity. So for that type login and go to this activity login. In this we need to add a button, and to do that we have button, okay, with layout width as wrap content and layout height also as wrap content, and just close it. So it's complaining about the constraints, so let's go to the design view. Okay, here is our button, so we just center align it through this, right to right, bottom to bottom, top to top, and the left to left. So this way it will be aligned in the center of the container or the parent. So we have these constraints added, and then we add a text to it which will be displayed. We say go to sign up, so that we will go to sign up once we click, but to add the behavior of on click we add this on click and type on click. This will be the method. So since we don't have this method as of now, we need to create it. Okay, so let's go to login activity and create this method. Public void on click, and it takes an argument view. Let's import it, Android view, and start activity with the intent. So since we want to go to sign up activity, so we call sign up activity.new intent, and for context we pass this and call finish. So once we have moved to sign up activity, we will call finish so that this particular activity will be closed. Okay, so we can copy this and paste in sign up activity also and import it, and instead of sign up we will go to main activity from here, and now this error goes away. So this button is, we are going to copy, just copy this button and go to activity underscore sign up and paste the button over here, and instead of go to sign up we go to main screen. Okay, so that should cover this. Let's try to run this now. So I'll close this just for clarity. and we run this. Okay, so the build has finished and we are now on the login screen where we have only one button which says go to sign up. Let's click on it. So we are taken to the sign up activity where we have just one more button to go to main screen. So now we are on the main screen. So this way we can we are able to transit between the activities. So that's it for this lecture. Thank you for joining. See you again.